We call this building wealth and earning cash flow with no obligation to sell anything. It is the perfect MSI, multiple source of income. So what is this thing that I'm talking about? It's ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE is, I'm going to explain exactly what this is. I'm going to tell you all about who's in charge, who founded it, all the products. It's not a product lecture, but I'm going to tell you about the products because they're key to the whole story, why they're needed, why become a founder, which is the reason we're talking tonight. This is still an opportunity pre-launch in a new company. So we've not launched to the public. So that's why this is such a good opportunity for you. What are the benefits to being in it early, and how do you get started if you want to? Well, ONPASSIVE is an international artificial intelligence information technology company with offices in Hyderabad. Orlando, Florida is a home office. Hyderabad's where the technicians basically will create most of the work. We also have offices in Singapore and Dubai, and there'll be many more as we expand and launch. We are offering a total internet business solution, and that means total. It's a done-for-you platform, meaning that you don't have to lift a hand for it to work. Everything is done for the novice. If you don't know a thing about the internet, a thing about operating a computer, as long as you're in it, you can get this done because it's a done-for-you platform, automated from start to finish. So we call it the perfect wealth creation and cash flow vehicle. I like a vehicle that drives itself. My son has a Tesla. He can turn loose of the wheel and let it drive wherever he wants it to go. I'm not comfortable with it, but it will do it. Once you get comfortable with cash flow driving itself, you're going to want that kind of a vehicle too. Now, this is the two main offices in the US, in Orlando and in Hyderabad. Hyderabad is the high-tech city of India and all the best technicians in the world. This is the Silicon Valley of India. The best IT technicians in the world in programming come from India. And so these are our two buildings that we have offices in. This building. We have this entire building here that we've leased for 10 years and 7 floors filled with 600 or 700 high-tech engineers and IT professionals. And you can see that we've upgraded the interior to be up to date and modern. This is where our products are created and maintained and serviced. Who is it that founded this company? His name is Ash Mufarrith. He's a personal friend of mine. He's a founder and CEO of ONPASSIVE. He's got a wife and 2 kids, been in the internet online business for over 20 years, and he has a master's in information technology from MIT. So he was in a lot of internet companies as #1 producer for many years. He found that the people that ran those companies sometimes didn't run them efficiently, and he ended up moving to another company, always being the top producer. Turns out he has a gift for marketing and for driving traffic to those companies. So he formed alliances with the companies to drive traffic because he was so good at it. He was always #1, and he did quite well. And in the end, though, he started looking for companies that would not fail, that would not run for a couple of years and then fall apart. And so he could not find a company that would do exactly what he wanted. And that led him to say, I'm going to start my own company. And so he looked around for the resources. He found some and discarded them, found some more, discarded them. And finally, he said, the best solution for me is to hire my own programmers, build it from scratch. And so he started doing that. And ONPASSIVE was born in July of 2018. Along the way, he got his training a bit at MIT, a bit at Harvard, and he learned exactly what it takes to get this thing off the ground. Now, get up to current day here, this current year, and I got involved about a year and a half ago. And since that time, I've been down to Orlando to meet with Ash, to do some strategy sessions, and to be on podcasts with him. he was in the news the other day while they're hiring several hundred more engineers. And so the Indian newspapers were carrying big stories and ads about the developing company called ONPASSIVE. So what we want to talk about is this new unique company. Is very unique in the model of business. It's something that has not been done before. And we're going to show you throughout this evening why it's new and why it's never been done before. And you'll appreciate that when you get to the end. What they do is they provide two things. They provide a platform for those with a current business so that they can be more successful. So you can use these programs, platforms in your current business, apply them just like you do the other software that you might use. But there's also another thing they do that nobody else does. They provide those with no business or success online in marketing a plug-and-play system that guarantees their success. No effort needed on their part. That means the novice without any business savvy can take this and become successful, and they can become financially free. No experience, no training on the internet, but they can become financially free. And that fits a lot of people as you look around the world. There's a lot of people that fit that particular definition. So you can be high tech and use this to the high level. You can be low tech or no tech, still use this because it's done for you, plug and play. What we seek to do is to help people obtain abundance, generating cash flow and creating wealth. So everybody that joins will be successful. Let's take a gander at some of the products. You know, we have about 50 products that we've got online to release in the next year. And these are 20 that would catch your eye. I'm not going to go through every one of them, but what I want you to notice is we've got major platforms covered completely that people would use on a daily basis. Academy is your e-learning systems. O-Mail is, of course, email. O-Post is a marketing tool for bulk mail campaigns. O-Capture would be image capture and recording of video. Then you can have O-Virtual, which is like a VPN for security purposes. O-Bless is a crowdfunding mechanism. O-Connect is going to be extremely important to you because it's going to be used almost every day by everyone. So this is going to be a video communication tool between businesses, individuals, and families. O-Wallet is a digital wallet. O-Create is a website builder that's automatic, and it's going to create a new website for you every day without you doing anything. O-Dit is like an editing feature where you can do something like Photoshop your videos and your pictures. O-Shop, O-Commerce, and O-Market are three different types of platforms for marketing services and goods online. Three different ones. I list O-Shop here. O-Counting is the same thing as your accounting packages. O-Net is a social media revolutionary and secure, much better than the ones you currently use. And you're going to say, oh boy, I'm glad I got O-Net. O-Chat is an engine for customer interaction. O-Lead is going to be very similar to the funnel builders out there that will create leads and close deals and grow businesses. Very important, this O-Lead process. If I was looking for something in dentistry, O-Lead would be one of the first ones I would go to so I could grow my base. We've got O-Trim, O-Tracker, O-Peer, O-Domain, which is like, you know, register your and host your platform. Well, you see the names of the ones we had to offer, and you kind of wonder, you know, what are we competing against? These are some of the competitions. Matter of fact, we're going to have something to compete with every one of these. That means that we're going to be going up against all the gorillas in the market, the big boys. We're going to go up against them with a lot of confidence too, because we know things about what we have. All of your internet marketing under one roof is the slogan. So if you've got everything under one roof, what does that mean? It all costs one low fee. It all gets signed on with one single sign-on. it's all connected and integrated together. And the best thing is it runs with an artificial intelligence built into it. That means that it's smarter than the other programs out there. They all fit together better. They all talk to each other better. And so right now, nobody talks to anybody hardly at all. And all these different companies have to be patched together with all kind of bubblegum and baling wire, you might say. So ONPASSIVE is totally unique. So there's the customer side, the product side, and then there's the business side. And so when you start looking at it, you look at both sides and you got to go, is this better than what's out there? And I think by the end of this half an hour, you'll probably understand this is much better than what's out there now. This is the done for you solution. There are no other done for you solutions that will take business and find it, sell it, finish it, send you a check without you lifting a hand. So it's done for you from start to finish. There's no recruiting or converting of leads that you need to do to be successful. There's guaranteed targeted traffic because Ash is an expert in targeted traffic. That is his main forte that he brings in to this ONPASSIVE business, is his ability to drive traffic. And it's so targeted that people will convert consistently better. And when people see this, they'll probably all join. So our market that we're going to describe later is beyond big. This proprietary technology was developed with the artificial intelligence at the core from the ground up. The engineers in India have created a new artificial intelligence core that runs every one of these products and makes them more special than anything that's been created in the past. Most of the old technology out there runs on 10, 15-year-old technology. All this is managed by the customer support people in India and other countries, and we'll have support in many languages. We'll have everything done for you. You don't have to support any products as far as the sales. If somebody buys one of these products, you're not responsible to do anything as far as customer support or sales or explanation or anything. All the tools you need to use personally in your business are there for success. That means any tools that other people need are in there for their success. And so it's going to be very desirable for people to have this all under one umbrella, all for one sign-in. And the best thing too, when you start learning about it, is this is totally self-funded. It doesn't cost you anything but the initial startup fee, and then you're done. And speaking of the startup fee, the founder's fee, I'll tell you right up front, it's $97. That's it. Once you're a founder, you're a founder for life. You can renew it every year. But this $97 startup fee is a dramatic gift from Ash Mafara, because he has a goal. He wants to bring in a lot of people that could never afford to be in a business like this. He has a goal to create 1 million millionaires, 1 million Mother Teresas. And what that means is he wants to help people be successful to the level that they have extra money to spend on helping other people. And so his gift to the world is basically to put them into a business that generates very handsome profits so that they can have extra beyond their earthly needs for their family. And then they can help others around them in their community, their state, their nation. So very important. Because it's self-funding, that means you only pay once to get in, and then you're done. We'll cover exactly the cost of everything in just a minute. Now, customers come to this dramatically and quickly once we open the door, and we're going to open the door, I expect, in this year, in just a few months. Customers come from all the people that are on the internet already using different products. And so we believe people that are using Udemy will be changing over to Academy. We believe they'll go from Gmail and Yahoo to Omail. They'll go from JMailer Pro to OPost, or Screencast-O-Matic to OCapture. Maybe they'll go from Zoom or go to webinar and come to OConnect. I believe that would be a no-brainer. GoFundMe and Kickstarter would be good, but OBless will be better. One of the secrets about OBless is we will not charge a fee. GoDaddy customers will go to ODomain. Bitly and Beely will go to OTrim. Kajabi or ClickFunnels customers will use OLead. QuickBooks customers will go to OCounting. You can see that this thing just keeps rolling, one big company, one gorilla after another, and we're going up against them with good products, artificial intelligence products. Sometimes you wonder, what is the size market that we're talking about getting into? And so if you look at some of the size of the market out there, the whole combined group of products dominates by some, but spread out over a number of products. The human resource management market is 17 billion, and OStaff, our product, will have a big dent and take a lot of market share from that $17 billion number. The chatbots, OChat will be a big one in a $3 billion market. Our online education, which is probably the biggest market out there, schools, universities, private education, continuing education. I have a lot of hours. I have over 3,000 hours of continuing education as a dentist. And I've taught probably 5,000 hours of education to dentists. And so I would use something like Academy. And as a matter of fact, we have a dental university who's looking at going into being the first group to take on the use of Academy as their teaching platform. So that's a $200 billion business, and it's going to be included in ONPASSIVE. There's video conferencing at 6 billion. I think that's a small number. I think it's a lot bigger than that now. Email marketing at 2 billion. Domain hosting, 53 billion. Web trackers, IP trackers, 2 billion. Website builders, 1.7 billion. Social media, big, 3.6 billion. ONET will take over that one, I'm sure. There's a lot of people who don't like a lot of things about the social media right now. You're going to love ONET. Digital payments, OWallet, 79 billion is a big market to jump into. And driving traffic to websites, we're going to be extremely big in that. We're going to be one of the big players in the world in that one because of Ash Mafar's expertise. So $30 billion. And if you look at these 11 products, and I said we had 50, we don't have 11, we have 50, but this is just 11 markets. That's a $400 billion market just there. We're tapping into these with every one of these products. So let's think about, what this means. It means a funding solution for any cause, charity, or startup. Anything you can think of that needs money, you can funnel money to them through the ONPASSIVE profits. A charity, a church, a mission, a new company startup. These things can be done through OBless. You can get immediate payment through your digital wallet for any sales that come through. You can spend it anytime you want. You don't have to put it in the bank, draw it from a bank, wait for time. We have unlimited residual passive income paid daily. Whenever there's a sale, it goes directly into the wallet, doesn't go into a holding tank that you can take it out at the end of the month. So if a sale happens, you'll be able to draw the money out immediately. So you can have daily income. This is a top marketing automation process that's done for you. It's done totally without your hands touching it. You have guaranteed visitors to a website that's built for you, guaranteed conversions into customers. Now, those customers will happen over time. You can't guarantee that somebody will look at your website and buy, but you can guarantee that a certain percentage of them will buy over time. And when you see the products, you'll see why they're going to be pretty much guaranteed to buy. It's a breakthrough group of products for automation of financial freedom. And there's a lot more I can't tell you about. There are proprietary things that are really beyond the scope of an introductory seminar. But I just want to touch on them and let you know that there's more to come. Many more products than 50, many more income centers than what we're going to talk about tonight. There are two models that have been out there, a few that are called the current ones, and then the new one that we call ONPASSIVE, a new model of business. So the old ones, they were based on competition and conflict, and most of them weren't really real. They were things people were just putting together, hoping to make a quick buck. And a lot of times those turned into money pits where you had endless upsells, and they really didn't serve you well because they always wanted you to buy more. And it seemed like you were not getting any sales. If you were going to make any money, you had to do all the selling, you had to do all the recruiting, and the tools you bought didn't fit together. You had to buy them separately to do things. It was not a friendly business. They made no guarantees. They pit people against each other in competition. And the compensation was really based totally on your effort to do something. Well, Ash was tired of that model. He was in that model for many years as a participant. He never owned a company that did those things, but he was always in the companies, and he was smart enough to win every time. But he saw a lot of people that weren't winning. And he did not like the idea that people lost in those kind of models of business. And so he came up with the idea of mutual benefit, where he would lend his talents and share the wealth. So we have a real business, real products, real people, and it's self-funding. That means it pays you to use the business. Nobody has done that in the past. Self-funding means that once you put your initial money down, your $97, and then you pay your activation fee, you never pay again as a founder. And even customers down the road will be paid to use the products. At some point, they can build up enough credit to where it doesn't cost them a thing. And so this is going to be a very perpetual business, because when you can use the products without paying money, you'll never quit using the products. The marketers don't sell or recruit. ONPASSIVE does that for you. So every tool that's needed for success is included. And Ash has a saying, if we need it, we're going to build it. So if you think of a software product that's useful and we hadn't made it yet, it's just because it's not come to the front of the line to be built. We'll be building most of the things that we need within the first couple of years. And then as time goes on, we'll build more. He always says to us, when we reach the top of the mountain, we'll look up and decide to go even higher. We'll never be satisfied with just reaching the top of one mountain. There's always more. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Marketers compete only with themselves. You're not competing against everybody else in the world. And ONPASSIVE, we all help each other. So this is a revolutionary product with a revolutionary compensation plan. The compensation plan can't be described in detail, but I will tell you some hypotheticals about it that will make your mouth water, and you might start drooling before the end of the session here today about the possibilities. So let's talk about the founder position. This is the best choice, the best time. And the reason is because it's a time-limited offer. Once we launch, it will not be possible to be a founder. That's by nature what a founder is, those who start the company and get it on its feet so that it can be successful. So a founder is someone who joins before the official global launch and pays the founder's fee, as I said, $97. Upon launch, they will automatically become a customer and a reseller, but they never have to sell anything. You don't have to. You do have the ability to pre-build your customer base. Some of the people that have joined elect to do some sharing and talking about it, and they build their customer base. And that's one choice I made, and I've built a customer base because I know when we launch, things are going to look very rosy on the first day, and I won't have to wait 2 years to have a large income. So that's just the reason people do pre-build. You'll have a full compensation plan for building wealth and cash flow, including overrides on everybody that ever joins after you do. That's in your group. You'll have a designation that you have people that are kind of reporting to you, and you get overrides on everything because your involvement with them in your group. Who is the customer? Well, it's the general public that buy one or more products, but never the entire suite. See, our ecosystem called ONPASSIVE is a suite, all works together, but you can buy these things individually. And there'll be a lot of programs that we have that are free. And so many people will use something like OMail or ONet, and they may not pay a fee, or they'll use the basic format of the program and pay no fee. And when we do that, we'll be getting a lot of exposure, and we'll also be getting a lot of interest. And then by the time they use those products, they'll see the other products and go, maybe I should look into these, and they buy the entire suite. The entire suite is a very low price, which we'll show you. Now, a reseller is a customer who decides to buy the whole suite because they saw that they could make money not just using the products, they could make money in selling the products. And so there's an automatic sales vehicle for resellers just as there is for founders. And they will receive highly targeted traffic to their websites as they become a reseller. And that means that they're going to have automatic sales just like the founders. The reseller license comes with the ability to receive overrides. Some people that become resellers after the launch may make more money than the founders because they may work hard to market the ONPASSIVE business. And so you're not limited as a reseller to making a few dollars. You can make a lot of dollars. Founders can recruit resellers and increase their business 10, 20-fold, 100-fold just by bringing in resellers. So there's a lot of angles you can look at that will make a difference. Now let's talk about something very interesting, multiple sources of passive income. How do I look at these things? This is the difference between what most people look at when they look at this business. I look at all the sources of passive income because I've been a dentist, and I looked at dentistry like this, and I realized multiple rooms could be an income center, multiple dentists working in those rooms could be another income center, and hygienists could be an income center. And if you provided more procedures, you could be calling each of those procedures an option for an income center. A dentist who does 5 procedures won't make as much income as some dentist who can do 20 or 30 procedures. And so it's just a matter of what you know and what you can do, what your expertise is as to how many options you can give patients when you see them, right? And so I used all that thinking when I looked at ONPASSIVE, and I said, how many things can we look at in ONPASSIVE that make a difference? And how can we maximize our income by having multiple sources all working for us at the same time? And remember, we don't have to do a thing for them to work. So you could have as many positions as you want. I said a position costs $97. And so a lot of us have multiple positions in ONPASSIVE. One is enough to make the family wealthy, or at least not have to work another job. Let me put that again clearly to you. One position is enough to where a family does not have to work another job. That's how good this can be. Multiple positions means you can have multiple incomes. ONPASSIVE places founders in the base of your group during the VIP launch. And so everybody that's a founder will have, from the very beginning of the VIP launch, which I'll describe in a minute, you'll be getting people put under you that are also founders. Founders can add more founders. You can share with people. And so far, I've got over 300 people that I have shared with that decided they wanted to be founders. Some people have 2. Some have 10, some have 50, some have 1,000. And so depending on how hard you work and how many people you've been talking to, you could have a large number of people who are in your group before we launch. And so what's possible is pre-building does matter, and it'll speed you up toward a goal that you have as far as whatever income you want to create. So think about this. If you have three founders or 3 positions that you own, that means you're going to have 3 times the income as if you had 1 position. So each position is a founder position, is an income center. So you can think about it this way. You could 3x your income, you could 10x your income, or even 50x your income. If you decided you wanted 50 founder positions, you just decide to get them and buy them. And they're just very similar to having a stock portfolio, except they're not stock, but they are ownership positions in ONPASSIVE. And so you're basically buying a membership when you join ONPASSIVE, and that membership carries with it a benefit. So let's talk about what a customer would mean in terms of multiple sources of income. Each customer in ONPASSIVE is placed in your base as an income center after launch. So everybody who gets to be joined in ONPASSIVE after launch is called a customer. That customer will be put in there by ONPASSIVE at a steady rate, and we don't know exactly how many because it depends on what kind of marketing, and we've got some sophisticated marketing. But we're saying, just for illustration purposes, what if we got 3 every 2 months added to our 1? So we had first month, we had 1, then we had 2 months later, we had 3, so it's 4 total. And then 2 months later, we had 3 per each of those, so it's like 9, and then 27. In 1 year, if you added 3 every 2 months, you would have a total of 729 customers, just for what ONPASSIVE is doing for you. The company-wide goal is at least 100 million customers brought in the first year alone for everybody that's in ONPASSIVE. Could be a lot more than that, but that's our goal, at least 100 million. The global market is 4.8 billion people using the internet, and we have a product for each one of them. Not anybody is going to escape the seeing who and what we are in ONPASSIVE. It's going to be a global marketing effort starting very soon, and they're going to know each product very well. They're going to know what they'll do for them, and they'll know that they cannot live without them. So there's multiple ways to make income. You can have monthly subscription fees. You can have fees per product, fees per customer. You can have resellers working for you. That means that they're actually going out doing marketing to sell products just like any vendor. They could be doing it online. They could be doing it in trade shows. They could be doing it door to door. Any way that they want to sell them, that's allowed. And we're also going to have ad sales. That means, you know how Google or Facebook makes their money? Their primary way of making money is selling ads to people. And so we'll have that ability to become an ad center where people will place ads with ONPASSIVE to reach our customer base. Our customer base will be so large, it'll rival or exceed Facebook and Google at some point, because we have so much more reach with so many more products. And because our financial structure is so much better, our cost is so much lower. So you can see that the global market that we're going to attract will be huge, which will drive ad sales. And so we're going to get shared with all the founders, the resellers, all will share in the profits of ads. Huge. Let's do a little bit of a hypothetical, talking more about the multiple sources of income. And I want to, tell you the disclaimer right up front. These are not factual figures or components of ONPASSIVE's pay plan or funding structure. They are designed to give you an idea of what is possible. Earnings will vary greatly depending on individual effort, and income amounts in no way serve as a guarantee of income. This entire exercise is meant to spur your imagination and inspire bigger dreams. I came up with this because the unique way I look at it is how many income centers we have times how many ways could they be purchased or used. So if you had one founder position and one customer, they have a choice of 50 products. And we could have as many as 50 websites. We could have an unlimited number of websites selling these products for us individually. Not the company selling them and we're part of that one website. No, every founder has as many websites as they want that they personally will own. The company will build them all, run them all. You don't have to do anything to run an online business. And so the total number of income centers is 50. But what if you had 3 customers instead of just 1? Well, your total income centers is then 150 at 2 months. Now, if OnPassive is bringing in two or three more customers every 2 months, and you go to 9 customers, then you have 450 different income centers where people are looking at options to buy. Then if you go another 2 months, in 6 months, you're up to 1,350 income centers. And finally, at 1 year, 36,450 income centers, potential purchase points. Now, that's pretty interesting that you could have that much interest in people buying things from you, right? Well, what if you change your mindset and instead of buying 1 position, you bought 3? Then it jumps up in 1 year to 109,350 potential income centers. It multiplies itself pretty rapidly. If you bought 10, and I know a lot of people who bought 10 founder positions, and they intend to have one for every member of their family, something we call the family dynasty idea. Family legacy starts with buying 3 or 4, family dynasty more than 10, and you're ensuring a decade for 100 years even of wealth for your family if you get into the numbers we're talking about, having 10 or more founder positions because of the income. So if you had 364,000 income centers in just one period of time, it would be amazing. So how long is the question? How long will it take if you did all this to get to $10,000 a day income, passive income for you and your family? Well, the founder positions, if you had one of them, and I'm just guessing, but I'm thinking 20 months. If you put it all together with what's possible, what I think is possible. Now, if you had 3 founder positions, then the founder positions would take about 18 months. You cut the time by adding founder positions or adding more customers or adding more products. So anytime you add more, you're going to actually cut your time down till you get to your stated goal. Now, if you had 10 founder positions, it might take 15 months. If you had 50 founder positions, it might only take 6 months to reach your $10,000 a day goal. If you're very patient, you can just get 1 founder position and it'll slowly grow over time. So the idea here is that there's no work with these numbers done by you. This is only OnPassive building to build your base with its automated system at a rate of 3 accounts per founder and customer every 2 months. So you see what I'm talking about. It's amazing that you could take something this simple and create something so good. It's all done for you. That is the key. It's all done for you. So the question is, will your compensation continue to go up every month from wherever you start? Yes, it'll always go up. People will have the loyalty way beyond most companies because the incentive is they're paying them to use the product. Will I eventually get up to $10,000 a day income? There's a very good likelihood that everybody who joins as a founder will get to that place, some sooner than later. There'll be people that start off on day 1, day 2, day 3, will be at the $10,000 a day by the first week. There are people that are going to be there that soon because they pre-built. And so it's highly likely that everybody will get there eventually. And now, is there a limit or a cap on income potential? No. If you wanted to make $1 million a month, you could. If you wanted to make $100,000 a month, you could. If you wanted to make $10,000 a month, you could. So there's no limit. It's just a matter of how much you want to put out effort or how long you want to wait for OnPassive to do it for you. So, how is this all going to happen? It would never have happened if we hadn't gotten into the digital marketing with artificial intelligence. We're going to have this marketing wizard put this thing together for us to where it's going to automated process, bring all the people in, go through all the sales process all the conversions, and it's done for you. They'll decide what product they want, they'll buy it, and the money will be put in our wallet the same day they buy. And this will be going on 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365. So this done for you system is effortless on your part. It builds your customer base and grows your income automatically, providing over 50 in-demand products to the people of the world. 4.8 billion will eventually be seeing it. Most of them will want something. It automatically sends the targeted traffic to your websites, the ones that we build for you. It'll also send them to your website of your company. So if you have a company that sells something else, you can actually have a website built and traffic go to it. And you can use all these products to market. They're very seamless. They're going to send you leads. They're going to convert them. And it's going to be genuinely amazing to the people who've never seen something this automated before. The management of the customer support will be done for the ONPASSIVE products by the team. You don't have to do any support yourself. That's important for people who feel like they can never answer anybody's question. You'll never have to talk to a customer. You'll never have to answer their questions about how to work something. It's all done by the team in Hyderabad and other cities around the world. And speaking of that, we will be able to have text translation in like 180 languages and voice translation from about 84 languages. This is going to be an amazing product series that has tremendous potential to teach all around the world with different languages being simultaneously translated as this person speaks. If I could speak in English, somebody could understand me in French, in another language, another country. This system is so amazing that we'll have maximum customer retention, as I told you, not just because it's good, it's excellent in its quality and its newness, but it'll be because it pays you to use the products. Nobody else does that. The artificial intelligence is quite amazing. Here's where we are as far as the growth of the company. We started in July of 2018, and by January of 6 months later, we had 10,000 people on board. I joined it in 2020, March, so there were about 60,000 people that had come before me in the company. But the growth has been phenomenally accelerating, as you can tell, and we're right up at 925,000 right now, and we'll hit 1 million within a few weeks, maybe 1 week, because we're accelerating as we get closer to the good days. And the good days are the days when we say we hit the global launch. So the journey is to become a unicorn company. If that is the purpose of what we're looking at, is to start off as a unicorn company. Very few companies have ever become a unicorn company at startup, maybe none. So we're privately owned, we're debt-free as a startup company with a valuation already because of our structure of $10 billion. And we're already a unicorn company. And so the first week we launch, we'll become an official billion-dollar company. And we'll be on the way to being a super unicorn, $100 billion company, hopefully within the first year or two. Let's look at the timeline. What's happening? When's it going to all fall into place? Well, today you can join as a founder, and the cost is $97 US. And that's where we are. We're in pre-launch. Soon, very soon, we'll be going into VIP semi-launch, where the founder positions may increase in price. We will be beta testing the products, and they're all done. We learned last week the products are all completed, and we just need to turn the switch on as far as going into the VIP launch. So when that day comes soon, then the founders will start earning a bonus on everybody who comes in before the final global launch. The time between the VIP launch and the global launch is somewhere, depending on how much the testing shows that we need to work on products, because we're testing the products. It'll be 2 to 12 weeks from VIP launch to global launch. So it could be as soon as 2 weeks from the launch. what happens in the global launch is the people that are founders will all pay an initial activation fee to get their products started, which is about $200 to $300. We'll be naming exactly that fee as we get closer to global launch, but the range of $200 to $300 is what we expect. The founder position ends at the global launch, and so there'll be no more of the special deals, no more anything except customers and resellers. So it's very beneficial right now to become a founder. Can't stress that enough. Founders only pay once to join, and then they pay one activation fee out of pocket. You can buy as many founder positions as you wish, and this is the ultimate MSI option that I've ever seen. I've been around a long time, 46 years doing business, a lot of other businesses besides dentistry. I travel the world setting up businesses in Greece, Russia, Ukraine, Colombia, Costa Rica. I've done a lot of things in a lot of places. This is the number one thing I've ever seen. This is an interesting thing, just to kind of give you an idea of where we are. 2 days ago, there was a big surprise in Hyderabad where Ash gave these 3 vehicles, these 3 SUVs, to the top managers that were producing the products. That means that he was rewarding the people who finished the job for a job well done. And he said, I'm not finished. This is just the first 3. And I think he's got something big up his sleeve for every one of the managers of all the products. And he's got 50 product managers, right? So big things happening in Hyderabad. And the thing about it is it happened just 2 days ago. And these gifts signify to me, we're at the end of the process of creating, and now we're ready to start launching. And so I'm hopeful, everybody in the group is hopeful that we're very close to the VIP launch. And so we all know about that, and we're all looking forward to that. So again, to summarize, what are the advantages to you to be a founder? Well, you have exclusive access to a special O Founder site, which is kind of like your hub where everything's connected into it. You can access the products, beta test them. You get early access and the ability to pre-build. By far, the biggest advantage to being a founder is the ability to pre-build, because as you bring people in or people join with you, your family members, your friends, they all become in your group and they're all going to add to your income. Very useful. You get priority positioning in a lot of places, a lot of the marketing. You get more marketing than a reseller. You're going to be a member of the inner circle with a lot of benefits, perks, can't describe them right now. Very significant perks. You get to beta test things. You get to give ideas. And if a new idea comes up and Ash likes it, he's going to build it. We need it. He's going to build it. And so we have roundtable discussions. It's a wealth building and cash flow mastermind, basically. We all think about what we could do together. So we want to tell you this. We guarantee that you'll be successful. You can't not be successful with this. A lot of people know what Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, Elon Musk of Tesla, Steve Jobs of Apple, and Jeff Bezos of Amazon did. They know that it took them a long time to get to where they got. Many years of work, some slow development, finally made it big, right? They're all multi-billionaires. Well, Ash Mafar has created ONPASSIVE, and it will most likely surpass the size of these companies. It will most likely make him richer, if he wanted it, than all these companies, because he's offering so much more than these guys started with. But the thing about Ash is he's not taking all this money home to his wife. What I found out about Ash was he was independently wealthy, his family before. And so he's not motivated by money to make more money. He's motivated to serve more people, help more people, rise up above average. And so he wants people to be successful. And so he's created a system where everybody who joins ONPASSIVE becomes very, very well off. They don't have to wonder if they'll be successful. He's going to guarantee they'll be successful. So that's refreshing. And his vision and passion to help the world to make 1 million Mother Teresa's should give you an idea of where his heart is. So really, the competition can't match what we're doing here. This is all done for you. Everything is on autopilot. So it's advertising, it's marketing, creating the leads, sending them to you, signing the people up, getting that conversion, recruiting people, building a team of customers. It's for every business opportunity out there, not just the selling of the ONPASSIVE products. Every business in America, every business in the world, in any continent, can grow their business in their local area with these products.